When you get interested in someone, boy and girl, let's say, we'll talk about normal straight people, inshallah ta'ala. That's the easy one, we understand that. The others, we don't understand it. When you fall into an interest in someone, you go through 3 stages that scientists have studied. Number 1, there is the lust stage, L-U-S-T. When you lust for someone, 2 hormones are released in your brain. For the men, more testosterone. For the girls, more estrogen. But they both have estrogen and testosterone, except in lesser levels than each other. This hormone does nothing except it serves your reward center. It's like drugs. Once you feel it the first time, you want to feel it again. No purpose except feeling. Testosterone, estrogen. Once you fulfill that need, the testosterone, estrogen goes away, and all you're left with is the after effects. Allahu A'lam what they are. Once you fall into lust, there is a second stage if you continue following that relationship, and it's called attraction. When you get to the stage of attraction, it lasts for weeks or months. This usually happens in the halal way. They are the people who are engaged to be married. You have attraction. Attraction releases hormones called dopamine and other hormones, and it lessens something called serotonin. Serotonin gives you satisfaction, security, and so on. The others, they make you energetic. You start to fantasize a lot. You start to get energetic, start doing things you never did before. And then you say, wow, he's changed me. She has brought out something in me that I've never seen before. He said words to me that no one's ever said to me before. They just flooded me. Brothers and sisters, this is not real. These are just the hormones telling you that. It's like watching a mad movie, Fast and Furious. It lasts for about a few weeks and months. And what happens is that you feel this beautiful thing coming, which is nice in the halal way, beautiful. Enjoy it in the halal way. It's beautiful. It's one of the best things you can ever, and really embrace it, because you're not going to feel it much again later on. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't leave you there. If you follow that relationship, it turns into something beautiful, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us this is where the real relationship is, and it's called attachment. This is the husband and wife. This is a family attachment. And attachment releases a beautiful hormone called oxytocin. And that is the hormone that makes you feel secure, safe, loved, purpose, reason, importance, self-esteem, value. When you get married, everybody values you and they look at you differently, isn't that correct? I'll give you an example. If there is a relationship of boyfriend and girlfriend, and they don't want to get married the halal way, they say, oh, we're just getting to know each other, girlfriend, boyfriend. Let me tell you something. They say, what's wrong with it? All right, what's worse? A man or woman cheating on their husband and wife when they're married, or a girlfriend, boyfriend cheating on each other when they're not married? Which one's worse? When they're married. Like, what's the difference between being married and having a relationship outside of it in the same way? They're still sleeping together. They still look at each other like, you're for me, I'm for you, nobody else can touch you. They're still doing the same. Sometimes they share wealth together, sometimes they have children together. They live together. 20 years, de facto, partnered, not married. What's the difference? A word. The only difference is one is commitment and value, the other one is not commitment and not as much value. He's not really valuing her. She's not really valuing him because they're not ready to commit. Wallahi, I've spoken to non-Muslims about this all the time. They say, yeah. One non-Muslim lady says, we've been in a relationship for like 7 years, and I've been telling him, let's get married, and he's just not ready. I said, well, if he values you, he'll get married. He goes, yeah, I want him to value me. Value. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَقَدْ قَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ, we have honored the son of Adam. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only tells us things that honor us. Listen to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam then said. He told us, a man or a woman whom a man or a woman with prestige, power and beauty comes to them and calls them. Now, you might be thinking, well, this other young fellow I remembered now. He comes to me, he goes, Astaghfirullah al-Azim, I committed Zina. And I said, oh, then you got to repent to Allah and so on and so forth. He goes, but I'm safe, brother, I'm safe. I go, what do you mean you're safe? He goes, she's not a woman of power and beauty. No, no, no. When the Prophet ﷺ said a woman of her power and beauty, what he's saying is, any man or woman that your community or society see as desirable. So it could be a celebrity. It could be someone who's in the olden days wasn't really pretty. It could be a woman with really short hair and got red and yellow all over it. Doesn't matter. If she's desirable, that's the woman. The idea is whatever is more desirable, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts you under His shade because you are struggling more. Anyway, even zina with a normal person, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses it. وَلَا يَزْنُونَ, and those who do not commit adultery or fornication. وَمَنْ يَفْعَلْ ذَلِكَ يَلْقَى أَثَامًا, whoever does this act shall surely meet a terrible wrath. وَيَخْلُدْ فِيهِ مُهَانًا, and be placed in hellfire humiliated. إِلَّا مَنْ تَابَ, except he or she who repents. وآمن, renews their faith. وعمل عملا صالحا, and does good deeds in return. فأولئك يبدل الله سيئاتهم حسنات. These people, Allah will transform their bad deeds into good deeds. وكان الله غفورا رحيما. Allah is most forgiving, most merciful. All your past sins are gone.